So,
I'm recording.
I'm sorry that we don't have a PowerPoint. It's Brigitte.
Hey, Brigitte.
So I totally had this whole PowerPoint done, and now you're just gonna listen to me talk. But I do have some stuff to show you. So anyway, are we good?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute
good to go?
everybody just so you guys know.
Okay, yeah, so you're muted, and we'll talk afterwards. So I'm gonna go as fast as I can through this. Or what do you guys see? You see the screen, or it says a lifestyle change. Am I echoey? Am I echoey to you guys? I can hear myself talking. Okay. Did you mute me? Okay, now. Okay, hold on.
No, you're not muted.
I can hear myself. Okay, can you still hear me? Now I don't hear the echo. Okay, cool. Okay, sorry. All right, so we're going to be talking about social media and not being an icky salesperson. Yay! But anyway, I seriously just want to always be real with you guys and 100% myself. And this has been a really hard season for me. I've definitely learned a lot. And I felt like at Summit, I've never really let my foot off the gas since I started coaching 2 years ago. But since Summit, I just have been like, I am going for this. Like, I was ready to just like take off. And so I've been doing everything that I can do to research top coaches, talk to anyone that I could talk to. I've had weekly Zoom meetings with the girl from corporate since I became 2-star, and just trying to do everything that I can do. And I think that I kind of got myself into trouble instead of helping myself. So my goal when I learn something about what I've done wrong is to share with you guys so you don't have to learn that same thing. So what I did when looking at all these top coaches and just hearing from corporate, one of the biggest mistakes I made was I stopped being me, and I started taking the advice of talk about coaching every day, talk about your workout every day, basically all the things I've been telling you guys to do. And I lost the fun of it because it's hard to post coaching posts every day, and it's hard to talk about Beachbody every day. And I basically lost my engagement with my followers. So I'm now 2 years later, 100% out of my warm market. And so I'm working with a cold market that doesn't really know me. So I'm kind of just adding mutual friends and bringing them over from my like page. And it's way harder, and they're way more unforgiving when you're annoying, right? So you can kind of be, when you're a new coach and you are just your warm market of your friends and your family, and you give those like kind of salesy posts that we all do in the beginning. It's kind of like your initiation into coaching, I feel like. I think that's really, people forgive that easily. And now that I'm past that, I feel like people that don't know you, strangers that you're adding, and that makes sense. Like if you're adding someone that's just kind of a mutual friend and they see you talking about Beachbody all the time, they're probably going to be like, no thanks. And plus, I think it's a totally different time than it was 2 years ago, or it was 3 or 4 years ago when some of these top coaches started. I think you could talk about Beachbody all the time because maybe one person had one coach, that one friend that was a coach. But now, I was just talking to a girl a couple months ago that signed up with me, and she had, and I'm sure she was just estimating, but she had 10 coaches that were friends, 10 Beachbody coaches. So imagine if you're seeing that all the time in your newsfeed, it becomes white noise. And if it's super salesy, it just becomes annoying. And eventually you will just what? Unfollow if you're friends. But if you're not really friends, you're going to unfriend and probably block, right? So that's what my whole talk is about to you guys, because now I have found out I've stopped doing what everyone has told me to do, except the experts, and not experts in Beachbody, but expert people in social media that are like millionaires at this point. And this feels just a lot more natural to me. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So really quick on this, there is a YouTube video going around that they brought up in one of the groups. But anyway, it's kind of going around a lot. It's about someone saying how annoying it is with MLM selling on Facebook, and how not to add that. When they add you as friends, they're just trying to get you as friends so they can sell to you. So we are not that, though. We are not that. So if you see this video, don't freak out. the whole keep adding friends, keep what you're doing what you're doing, because we are not like the nail people or the lash ladies or all those people. We are helping people. So to say that really quick. But we don't want to become annoying, salesy people. So when you get on Facebook, or before you were a coach and you got on Facebook, what did you get on Facebook to do? You got on Facebook to connect with people, right? Like you weren't getting on there to want to see stuff or sell stuff. And you're usually on just kind of for fun, right? To just kind of scroll through the Facebook feed and see what your friends are up to and have some fun. So not be sold. So we need to go about it in more of an indirect way. And Facebook does not like when you sell on your personal page. So there's also been a couple of coaches that have been kicked off of Facebook because they've been found out that they're selling on their page. So the first thing I want you guys to consider doing is getting a like page, is getting a business page. And I'm not saying that you have to start using it right away, but maybe just start inviting your friends to like it, getting those likes there, because you are going to need it eventually in your business. Because our goal in this business is not to be selling on our personal page. If we are selling at all, we'll be doing it on our like page. So maybe think about getting that, and I can definitely show you how to do it, but there's a lot of videos on YouTube. I believe Brigida even has one that really walks through exactly how to do a like page. And it doesn't have to be, you could even put your same content that you're doing on your personal page on your like page for now, but just kind of get it up and running. And so basically what we're going to be talking about is adding so much value that these people become your tribe. So I was listening to this video, and if you guys have listened to Chalene, she calls them your tribe, and that's your true fans, like people that would follow you anywhere. And this guy said you only need 1,000 true fans to like take off. And so that's been said in a few videos that I've watched, that you need 1,000 people and that's it. So that's not very hard, right? But they have to be true fans. So how do we do that? We add a ton of value. So I just want to show you guys this page. So you can, I don't know if you can see her, but I ran across this girl the other day as I was preparing this, and she's amazing. So can you see my Facebook page? On here? Okay, cool. So this girl, and check her out later, write down this name. I spent an hour one day, I should have been working, just checking out her page. She's an elite coach. Look how many people have liked her page. It's Fit Fun Fam. And she does not sell on this page. She's hilarious. Like her videos will have you cracking up for hours. And they're not about, some of them are about Beachbody, but not really. Mostly they're just funny. And she's just herself. So she has found a way. She's not in super great shape, you know, like, I mean, she's not terrible, but she's not like, you know, cut with abs, and she's just not salesy. And I was preparing this. I was like, this is exactly what they're talking about. She is an elite coach, and she does so well because she's just herself. So she's attracting people to her by just being her and what she's good at. So I don't know what it is for you. This one was funny. But seriously, promise me you'll go and check these out, because there was one video where she was practicing her face for when her husband came home. It was the funniest thing. I actually showed it to my husband, and we watched it a couple of times because we were laughing so hard. But the whole point is that you just want to be you. So the best Beachbody coaches are the coaches before they start coaching, right? That are just so into these programs that they're talking about it on their page, and they're just like, this is what and it's natural to them. But I feel like the second we signed up as coaches, we're like, okay, I'm going to sell, and I'm going to hold my Shakeology, and I'm going to take a picture, and then I'm going to do the 21-day fix, and I'm going to take a picture. And we become just kind of not what we want to become. So write it down, like write down who you are, what's your niche market, but don't lose you. And that's what I did, is I lost myself. I lost who I was, and I lost fun. I lost just being able to be me and have attracting people that way. So I know that we just finished this social media training, and we talked a lot in the training about talking about coaching every day. And this training is from Missy, and she's amazing. And I think a lot of those tips in there are really, really good. And I want you to keep them. I want you to still keep posting, but do it more in an indirect way. So I don't necessarily think that talking about coaching every single day is the way to go. For some people, it works. So if you're talking about coaching every day right now, and you're like, hey, my business is doing awesome, it's working for me, it does work for some people. There are some coaches that this really works for. And I think it's a personality type for sure. It doesn't work for me. So find out for you if it does or not. But if it feels like kind of like it's not working for you, and you're losing your engagement, and you're losing people that are liking your posts, maybe rethink it. Also, when you're making $100,000 a year like they are, like in 15 months, then it's a little bit easier to talk about it every day. Okay, so what I'm going to show you guys is how we get off of selling on Facebook. So how do you do it? If you're not selling on Facebook, how the heck are we going to get challengers and coaches, right? So the way you do it, and we've talked about this before, is build a list. And I know you might be sick of hearing me talk about it. And I know it seems really daunting and like a really big task, but it's so easy. It's so easy. And I've done the work for you, so it's going to be even easier for you. So all you have to do is come up with a freemium, something that you want to give away. This can be as simple as a one-page little document about anything that you're good at. It doesn't even need to be fitness or health related. It is for me because that's what I'm into. So most of us probably are, but it could be anything. Like Krista did a really cool, it's just one page, right, Krista? About sugar, a sugar detox, I think.
I think it's 2 pages, but just because it had pictures on it.
Yeah, and what is it?
It's like 10, literally like 10 places sugar hides. That's it. It's like.
And how hard was it for you to create that?
It took like 10 minutes.
Okay.
I'm doing a big one right now. Like I'm actually doing my entire Thanksgiving recipe ebook, but it's like really fun for me because I like get super excited about this. Like clean eating's my big thing. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I want to like rewrite all these recipes to make for Thanksgiving this year. And I was like, heck, I'm going to give it away. And so I just like made a thing and blasted it out, and I have like a ton of people that want it. So I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be like really, really easy. Or heck, you can steal our stuff and use that. Doesn't matter.
It could be seriously a YouTube video, 5 minutes of you sitting and talking about whatever. If maybe you're good at organizing, like I don't know, whatever you're good at though. And this is how you find out. It's either whatever you struggled with and you have overcome, so you found out the secrets to, basically you've gotten better, so you're talking to your old self, or something that people ask you about all the time. So what is something that people are always like, oh, you would know how to do this, and they're asking for your advice? That's the thing. So it's simple. So that's all that you guys have to do, is come up with a freemium. And then I'm going to walk you through this in a later video. I'll probably just record it so you have the YouTube and you can kind of press play and pause and stop and set this up. Or I can get on a live Zoom chat and we can do it together. But I'm just walk you through how this looks for the person once you have your freemium. So back to this screen is this is my like page. And I need to kind of change this, but I haven't had time. So all they do, and I've added this on my Instagram, on my regular page, and then I've done, I think, 2 or 3 posts just saying, hey, here's my freemium if you'd like to get it. So I haven't really done a ton of advertising for this yet, but I will. So they just click here. This is just one of the ways that they can get it. So they're going to click on this little link over here. And I've added that link pretty much anywhere I can. That's my freemium. And I've done this all with MailChimp. You guys, this is www.mailchimp.com, and it's free. I pay $10 a month to get the extended version, but you can do it for free if you want. I think the $10 a month is worth it, but it's all on here. So this is what they fill out. And again, I set this up by MailChimp, and they hit subscribe to my list. And what it does, where's my email? Is it takes them and it sends an email to them, and they just confirm that they want to be on my list. So the other good thing about this is it's perfectly legal, because you have to have a way for them to unsubscribe for it to be legal. And so once they subscribe to my list, they get this, and this is my freemium. And again, I've set this all up on MailChimp. And so my freemium is a 7-day meal plan and recipes. So they'll get this. This goes right to their email. So this is just my little meal plan that I did in an afternoon. Super simple. Oh no, where did it go? And then these are my recipes. And I did this all on Canva. I just took from the meal plan and just typed it out on here. And it's just recipes that I love. This is honestly just stuff that I eat that I love. And I just created this for them. And then, oh no, go away. How much you come on? So that's what they get. So that's my freemium. And then when they do that, they're added onto my little list here. So this is MailChimp right here. And I have 106 people on here, subscribers. And I started this a few weeks ago. And like I said, I put it up on my Instagram and just on my like page so they can click there. But it's whenever I've posted about it, like, hey, here are some recipes in my meal plan. When I've done that on my personal page and my like page, and I think I've done it 3 or 4 times, that I get people clicking on it. And I haven't started ads for it yet, which is my goal. So this is MailChimp. This is where you set it all up. So you'll create your list, and at first you won't have one. And you'll go to and I'll go over all this with you, but it's super simple. All you do is go to sign up forms to create that thing that I just created, that I showed you, to get that link that you'll be able to send people to have them opt in to your page, is just right here. This is all that you have to do to create it. And they take care of the rest. They organize it for you. They create a list for you. And that is all free. And then you link this to an email that you already have. So it'll look like it's coming from whatever your email is. And my suggestion on this would be to create a new email that's just for this. So if you're using your personal email, it might get a little bit confusing and overwhelming. So I created Jameson Fitness 83 because that's what my name is on my like page at Gmail. I just did a Gmail. So it looks like it's coming from that. And then you can look who your subscribers are on Gmail. And then whenever you want to send out a new email to your whole list, that's just all you do. You create a campaign, and that's all free. If you want to pay the $10 a month, which is what I decided to do, you can do an automation, which is really cool because an automation, so I have a welcome series, and right now I only have 2 emails on there. And we're going to come back over here. When they go to the welcome series, I have it set up so 2 days after they get my initial recipes, and this is all done without me having to do anything. 2 days after I've set this up, they're going to get this. And it even puts their first name in there so it looks personalized. And I just say, hey, how are you liking it? How are you liking the recipes? Let me know. I like to want to get them talking. And then what I've done is I've taken my clean eating group that I'm going to run every month. And I've just said, hey, if you'd like to be in my free clean eating group, and I didn't even call it that. I said I also run a private Facebook group dedicated to sharing healthy recipes, clean eating tips, as well as workout and fitness ideas. It's a completely free to join. And then I just say, click here to become a member of the group. They click on that little link. I don't know if it'll work right now. Let me see. And it takes them right to this. And then they can just say join group. And it's a free group, and whatever I post on my like page, whatever I'm doing fitness or health related, I'm just going to post in here. So it basically will become like my hope is a big community where people can kind of just swap ideas, healthy living ideas, right? And that's all that. And then when new people come on here, I'm going to see if I'm friends with them when I add them to the group. And if not, I'm going to add them onto my personal page. So they'll get all this value from me, from my emails. And I'm not doing too many emails. I really wouldn't suggest doing too many. I do like 1 a week because I don't want them to unsubscribe because they're just getting overloaded. And it's just value. And then they're going to get value on here, and they're going to be my friend on my regular page so that they get to know me, because people aren't going to sign up with you if they don't know you and trust you, right? But this is how you do that. You're adding so much value. They're eventually going to be like, how can I sign up with this person, right? Just like we are, like, think of somebody, for me, it's Shalene. Like, I would do anything that Shalene told me to do. And P.S., she's been telling me to do this for the last year. And so this was the thing when I started on this journey of doing it like this, of using my mailing list to connect with people. There are not very many coaches doing this, like none, except for the top coaches like Christine Dwyer, who owns the biggest organization in Beachbody, and Janelle Summers, who is the only 3, she's gotten 15-star 3 times in 3 business centers. Those are the only 2. Brandy Botts is a little bit too, but those were the only ones that I could find that were using this system. And they don't posts on their pages very much. Christine never posts on her personal page. She only uses her like page. And then I've signed up for her email list so I can kind of figure out what she's doing. And she's the same thing. She sends out like one email a week. And then at the end of the month, she goes, hey, if you'd like a little bit more support, here's the group that I'm running. You'll get one-on-one attention. She just kind of says what she does in her challenge groups. But it's not like people are going to unsubscribe from it, because it's just at the very bottom of her email. So like, hey, if you'd like to join us, and then she takes it from there. But it's so much smarter. It's so much smarter than every single month on your Facebook page being like, join my group. Because while that's okay for a little bit, eventually people are going to tune it out and it's going to become white noise. And not everyone's seeing it. Like I said, Facebook is censoring that kind of stuff. They don't want it on your personal page. You guys, I get super frustrated with Facebook, but I heard a podcast the other day and it kind of helped me. Facebook is just trying to protect their users, right? What's Facebook's whole goal is to keep people on Facebook. And they want us selling on there, but they want us to do it on our like page using ads the correct way. They don't want people to be bombarded by friend requests and private messages and buy from me on regular pages. So that's why they're like that. And so if we follow the rules, if we play by the rules, we can still be on Facebook. But I don't know. We just need to be careful. Like you guys know, like no posting links to stuff like anything on your personal page, because they are definitely getting stricter about it. So that's my whole goal. And let me just take you back. And then I told you that that's the first one that goes out 2 days after they receive my freemium. And then 3 days after that, I have this one where I just give them some exercises to do. I have already had these done of just ones that I had put up on my YouTube previously. And I just am doing that. And then last Friday, I sent out a surviving the weekends kind of document for some tips. And it was just, I think I wrote that one out. And I did one more of a YouTube video about intermittent fasting that I've been doing. And that's all I've done. You know what's so crazy about this is there's 106 people on there that I was able to reach. I wrote out one little thing, took me about 20 minutes, maybe last Friday, to surviving the weekends. And 106 people got it instead of me posting it on Facebook, hoping I had the right time, trying to make sure I engaged the first 15 minutes so more people saw it. Like it's just so much harder that way. And I was all week just staring at my computer like, well, now what should I do? Like, because it's just faster. It's a time saver. And you don't have to be on social media 24 hours a day. So you can actually use that to be with your family or do other things in your business or build connections with people. And you have control. That's the best part. And this is all happening while I'm sleeping. So I know that these 106 people that signed up for this are going to get these emails and I don't have to do anything. It's just happening automatically. Like, I hope that you can hear my excitement in this, because this is so exciting to me. This is so exciting that I don't have to play by Facebook's rules all the time. That if Mark Zuckerberg decides to take me off tomorrow, that I'm still going to be able to have a business, and not yet really with 106 people, but eventually I'll have everyone on here where it won't matter, where they'll get to just get value from me. And yeah, so I already showed you the automation, so that's just the welcome series. But there was another girl, so there's this girl that goes to my church here in Dallas, and someone mentioned her to me, like, oh, the Beachbody coach so-and-so, and I knew she had to be big because she was at the last leadership, so I looked her up, and I had followed, this was way before I started any of this email stuff, and she never posted on her, and I followed her on her fitness page, on her and her personal page, and I couldn't figure out what she was doing. And so I just was like, how is she an elite coach? How is she doing this? Never posted. Her personal page was all family. Every now and then she'd share something from her fitness page. And then I think she posted a workout tip on her fitness page once a week. And I was like, this is insane. So it finally occurred to me, I should opt into her freemium and see what she's doing through email. And that's how she does it. She does it through email once a week. And then at the end of the month, last month, she even said, hey, I'm doing a giveaway. She did a giveaway on her email. So it's how Janelle Summer does it. It's how Christine Dwyer does it. And it's how, like, more than that, it's how, like, Darren Hardy and Amy Porterfield and Chalene Johnson and all the entrepreneurs that aren't in Beachbody but are amazing at what they do on social media. It's how they do it. They say, if you don't have an email list, you have nothing. You have nothing. So I know it's different because not a lot of people, especially in our team, are doing it. Like, I'm in a 2-star diamond little mastermind group of 10 of us. They've never heard of it. They've never heard of anyone doing it. But that's kind of why I think it's cool, because I think that every new coach that signs up is being told, okay, post on social media every day about your workout and about coaching and about Shakeology. And then if everyone's doing that, like that, what's making us different? And I think this is what's going to make us different, is that, wow, okay, she's a coach, but she's not like spammy about it. She's not in your face all the time. So let me just make sure. Did you guys have questions so far about that? I have just a couple more points. But
No.
questions?
Super excited.
What's that?
I said, no, I'm just super excited.
It's so easy. It's so easy to set it up. Like, this is what was keeping me from doing this for so long, was I was like, I'm going to have to hire someone to do. It's just this MailChimp. And you can still get Bluehost, and I'm going to do all that. Bluehost is like, I think it's like $3.95 or $5, depending on when you get it. So that actually, instead of going to the, like, you have your own website. Basically, it's like a website page, but very simple.
Just
But you
wait on that. Wait on that for me to finish mine so that I can walk you through exactly.
Yes, Krista will do that part. We'll do the Bluehost. And then you can do Lead Pages or Aweber. Aweber's free.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be your opt-in page. And I didn't do that. The only reason I didn't use Aweber, honestly, even though it's free, is because they ask you for your address, and I don't have a P.O. box, and I wasn't comfortable putting my home address on Aweber. So that is the only reason I didn't use it. Lead Pages is a little bit more expensive, but it's amazing. My sister uses that. It's awesome if you want to spend the money on it. But I just wanted to get my foot in the door and do this. Like, I just wish I could show you, like, I've just been playing around with it, and how, like, you can do segments of your lists. And it gives you graphs of, like, who's opened what, and you can, like, categorize them. I mean, it's amazing what this does for free, and it's super simple. Okay, so I think that's all I wanted to show on there. So let me stop sharing. Okay. Okay. And then, just because I wanted to be completely transparent with you guys, just some other mistakes that I've made in the last like 6 months or so that have kind of deterred me more than helped me, was that I completely cut out any community outside of working and Beachbody that I had. So I quit my mom's group. I was working as a server 2 nights a week. I quit that. I basically was just like, nope, I'm going to work all the time on my business, and thinking it would get me where I wanted to go. And it did the opposite. So it made it so I don't have, like, you have to get out in your community. Like, Facebook is great and social media is great, but you have to meet people. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be just out there and learning to talk to people that are not on social media. So I don't have any coaches in Dallas yet. And I was trying to figure that out. Like, why don't I have any coaches here? Well, because I'm not out meeting people, because I'm not putting myself out there, because I'm saying no to every baby shower or anything that I get invited to because I need to work, right? Wrong. Make sure that you're having fun, because if you don't have a life and you don't have fun and it's all Beachbody, then they're going to see that on social media. And that was actually one of the biggest things when I was listening to the Brandy Bots call. I don't know if you guys listened to it, but it was so awesome. So whenever she has a coach that starts getting salesy on social media, she said, stop that right now. Because what is our goal here? Is our goal to sign up a team of coaches? And hopefully for most of you, that is yes. We want to build a team of our own. So when someone says, what's the number one objection you get? I don't want to sell. And so Brandy says, I don't sell. Look at my Facebook page. Tell me if you think I'm selling on my Facebook page. And that's what I did wrong. If I'm talking about coaching every day and Beachbody every day, I'm selling, right? And so people will look at that and say, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be like that on social media. So you have to almost think of it as, do I look like, hey, I can do what she's doing. She's making that much money and this is all she does. You know what I mean? Like, you have to come across as, yeah, I want to do that. And when I signed up with my coach, Leah, that's all. She just had fun. She was just a fun person who did, like, inspiring, funny things. And I was like, I could do that. You know, it didn't seem super complicated to me. And it didn't seem like I had to sell. I didn't get the impression like, oh, I'm going to have to be out there selling though. So that's another reason to do this, is just so that people look at you and be like, yeah, I could do that. If they looked at your page right now, they'd be like, yeah, no, she's not selling. She's just sharing her life. And Beachbody is a part of that. So help them even if they don't buy from you. So I know we've talked about this before, like, oh, don't let them in your group if you haven't had your challenge pack. And I go back and forth on this and really just do it on a case by case basis. But have you guys noticed, like, most of the wake up calls, the top coaches usually say, and I got my program off of Amazon or Craigslist and didn't purchase Shakeology. Have you like noticed that? But they're top coaches. Like, what if their coach would have been like, nope, sorry, you're not going to buy a challenge pack. I'm not going to help you. But they didn't. They let them in the group and they asked them maybe 6 or 7 times. Missy was one of those. She already had Insanity, and that's just what she used. So what if Brigitte would have been like, nope, not going to help you, but she just kept asking her and just following up with her. So help everybody. That's all I can say is I don't care if they're a coach on another team. They're already signed up for someone else. So then that means they'll never be on your team, right? It doesn't matter. It's just about doing something for someone else. That stuff comes back to you. So whatever I've said in the past about them having to have a challenge pack, just help them. Just help them if you can. Just like, the people that aren't my coaches that have helped me, it's just like, it comes back to you, I promise. And then another thing I just wanted to say is don't be afraid. Don't let this, my one fear about talking about this, and the reason I didn't want to is I don't want you to be afraid to post on social media. I really don't, because you have to talk about your life and you have to talk about this business. Or if you are friends with someone and they sign up with a coach down the street because they didn't know you were a coach, I mean, that's going to hurt just as much, right? So make sure that you are talking about it. All I'm saying is do it like you. Don't do it like someone else, and do it subtle, just more subtle. So it's not super in your face salesy, unless it's working for you, because it does work for some people. And then last thing. Hi. There's on Periscope, there's these really cute girls that are called the Tag Team, and they basically coach people that work with MLM, and they do more like nails and like jewelry and the bag ladies, they're more for them, but they I think they're super cute and I love them. So they were doing like holiday tips, and she was giving people ideas of how to sell during the holidays. And she was like, okay, so if you're the cleaning people, then what you do is you say, I have all these people to come over to your house and I don't have time to clean. And then you do this. And so she was giving all these examples, and someone said, well, what about weight loss? And she's super cute and super spunky and all of her things. And she went, oh, well, I don't know. I don't want to talk about weight loss. Like, that's a really sensitive personal subject for me, and I'm struggling there. And I don't want to talk about it. And it made me, I don't know why, maybe this is crazy, but it inspired me. Like, okay, so all these people that are selling, this is why we're different. This is why we're so cool, because people that are selling lashes and bags, they don't get to connect like we do with people. This is why when you reach out to people and make it about them and not about you, and when someone says, yeah, I'm interested in joining, you don't just say, okay, great, here's the link, we'll see you in the group. But you say, okay, I'm so excited to have you in my group. Tell me about you. Where are you right now? Are you working out? What are you struggling with? How is your nutrition? And you're finding out their goals and their why and connecting. And that to me is so much cooler than just saying, okay, here's your earrings. Have a nice day. Like, we get to actually be a part of their lives. And when you change their life, they're going to remember that. You're going to get, like, they're going to shout it from the rooftops when you've helped them. And they're always going to remember that from you. So that was just something that I just wanted to end on, is don't be ashamed of this business. Don't be afraid to talk about it, because it's amazing what we do. It's amazing. And I know you hear that all the time, and maybe you brush it off like, and not really, but it is like, we're helping something so personal that this spunky, cute lady on Periscope that talks about this all the time couldn't talk about it. And I was like, that's what we do. We connect with people and we help them through that so that they aren't afraid to talk about it anymore. So anyway, that's just what I wanted to end on. I can't wait to help you guys build yours. Please do a freemium, please, for me. Even if you just put it on your like page or just have it as, I don't know, but just start building your email list and I will help you do it. Okay. And I think someone else is going to talk.
I want to piggyback on that. I mean, obviously everything you said is like spot on. And like, most of you guys are, well, not most, but like some of you guys are much newer or just starting out. And So this is kind of like not really where you are yet, but there comes a time when like your business kind of levels off. And so for you to start this now while you're building a business on Facebook is like such a perfect time to do it, because you're going to have like the best of both worlds. And, but also, and just to piggyback off of, you know, the difference between Beachbody and, you know, any of these things, whether it's jewelry or purses or whatever, there's some, like, everybody needs to be healthy. Nobody needs earrings. Nobody has to have beautiful lashes. Like, we can live without all that stuff, but we all need to eat. We all need to be healthy. We have to be, because if we're not healthy now, we're going to pay for it later, twofold or threefold or fourfold. So we're either investing in our health now, or we're paying for it later in the hospital, you know, on disability, whatever it's going to be. And there's a reason you signed up to be a coach, whether you loved Shakeology, whether the products changed your life, or you just knew something was gonna be big, like you needed to change, and this was gonna be it. And that's what you need to like wrestle up inside, and that's how you talk about it, because that doesn't sound salesy. That sounds like I was just talking to Angela about this. Like when you go see an amazing movie, or you go to this awesome new restaurant and you just like can't stop talking about it because it was so good. That's how we feel about Shakeology. Like that's how I feel about PiYo. That's how I feel about being healthy, because it changes you. When you're not healthy for a few days, you feel it. Like my sister is always sick. Her kids are always sick. And she finally is like, okay, I give up. I'm ordering Shakeology. I'm tired of being sick all the time. And I'm like, okay, like it only took you 2 years to believe me. But it's like, that's the thing. Like, why do you love Beachbody? What gets your feathers all rustled? Like, why do you get excited about it? Like, nobody gets excited about links. That's not exciting. Get people excited about what excites you. And you want to attract people that are like you. So if you're excited about it, the people that you want on your team are going to be excited about it. You know, it's like, people have a hard time talking about religion and politics and stuff, but if you squirt that in here and there, then those are the people that you're going to attract, the people that have similar ideas. And like, you know, I mean, there's like, if you look up top coaches, they are worlds apart. Like there's Melanie Mitro, who's a top coach, who's like this really sweet, super organized, like cookie cutter mom. And then you look at Amy, what's her face? And she is like, so like 100% 80 away from Melanie, and she's got tattoos. She lives on an island. She like cusses all the time. People freaking love her. They love her. And then, you know, everybody else is totally different. Then there's, you know, like the blonde bombshells and the bombshell dynasty, and they all look exactly the same, and they're blonde and beautiful. But not everybody wants that. Not everybody wants to follow that, because most people aren't like that. And so sometimes it's really hard to relate to that. You want people that you can relate to, and just be you, be relatable. And Emily's so right. It's like, as soon as we all figured out, like, oh my gosh, they like me, it's like something clicks. And that's when you just can kind of let loose and be yourself, and you get more hits on your stuff. You get more likes, you get more comments. And there's something so much better about like somebody writing underneath a post, like, thank you. You made me work out today. You inspired me. You, like, this brought tears to my eyes. That kind of stuff, as opposed to like, sweet, I sold a challenge pack. There's something just that pulls at your heartstrings so much deeper than a comment versus a sale. That's really, I mean, that's how I feel. So those are the kind of people I want on my team. I don't want salesy people. I don't want people that are just all about the sale. So I don't know. I mean, just be yourself. And like she said, have fun, but find what you're passionate about. Find like just what makes your gears grind, and in a good way, and be that. And for me, if I'm ever like looking for something to post because I haven't posted like since the morning or whatever, think of like something that you're struggling with, and be like, okay, like what's something really honestly that I'm struggling with? Like, what was hard about today? What was good about today? And Pinterest. Type it in and something's going to come up. And then like instantly I'm inspired by something. Or if you really can't find anything, then go listen to some personal development. And I swear to you, you'll have something to post. But
yeah,
the more stuff you just post about you and about your family and about how you're growing as a person and what you're learning and what you're struggling with, that's where you're going to gain your followers. Not by saying, I'm a Beachbody coach, you should be too. Like, do this workout with me. I mean, like, get people excited to work out, absolutely. But don't be that, like, workout Nazi where, you know, people don't fit. Like, I feel like sometimes I'm not a workout Nazi, but sometimes people are like, I could never work out like you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I work out 35 minutes a day-ish. And like now I'm doing PYO classes, so that's like an hour workout. But even still, it's like, I don't work out like 8 hours a day. I don't know what you're talking about. So I kind of like put myself in that box for a little while. And so I had to kind of come out of that. But yeah, just, yeah, that's all I got.
Well, and
then,
like with Krista, I was asking Krista actually, cause you struggled a bit, but lately she's really like doing awesome. And I was asking her like, what is it? What do you think it is? So I was like interrogating her a little bit. And we kind of like narrowed it down to PYO being one of the really big things. Like when she took on the PYO project and she started sharing that and she was excited. It was something that she was doing, you know? So it was, I mean, it's still kind of Beachbody related, but it was just something that she was really passionate about. And people got to follow her along on this journey of taking the PYO project. And like sometimes it was stressful and sometimes she had to stay up really late and work on it. And she was really nervous to teach her first class. And they were like following her along on this journey with her. And now she's teaching in a studio. And it's like, that's what people want. Like, it's a reality show, right? You've heard us say that. And I think with Krista, that was one of her really big, great things that she did was she took people on a journey, and they want to see that. They want to see more than just, I'm perfect. Like, you know, like they want it, intrigue them, make a show about whatever it is. And that's the cool thing is it gets to be whatever you're really into. So maybe for you, it's gardening or whatever, but bring people into that.
Yeah. Can I say something?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah. So, you know what? I've been trying to figure out Krista too, and that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. When she started the PYO project, her following really took off. And so for the last, my gosh, I don't know, like 6 months, I've been totally off track. Right. And it's because I don't know if this is going to sound bad or not. I was so focused in on other people that I didn't really have a story to share, if that makes any sense, because I wasn't focusing on myself or challenging myself in any way whatsoever. So my story was freaking boring. Like nobody wanted to follow anything I was doing because I had nothing to share. So after listening to, the girl that did the being proof of the product or whatever, and like actually following a fitness program from the beginning to the end, I set up that goal to like, hey, I'm going to wake up every day at 5 a.m. and I need to fix myself first. Like I was having all this hormone stuff because my sleep, and this was all stuff I was sharing on Facebook, which was really vulnerable for me because it's pretty personal information. But I had to really get down to the root of who I was because I needed to be able to I just felt like blah, right? So I was posting stuff that didn't matter, right? I wasn't sharing value, right? So then finally November 2nd came around and I started doing the 21 Day Fix Extreme. And so every single morning now, I actually have a journey that I'm sharing that people are following. And I wouldn't say I'm getting as much engagement as I would like. Sometimes I am, but the point is that I started that journey November 2nd and I haven't stopped yet, right? Because I'm focused on myself now. I go to bed when I'm supposed to. I wake up every morning when I tell them I'm going to, right? Like I have this like little journey now that I can actually focus in on. And so, I'm hoping that, and I share like when I fall off track and I share when, you know, I'm doing well and super honest and super real with people. And I got a really cool comment yesterday. Like, I love following you because you're so real and like, you understand the struggle. Like you understand how freaking hard it is and you tell us about it. So I'm going to continue to follow you, you know? And I mean, I think that part is like super important. So anyways, yeah, I mean, just yeah, so like you have to share your journey. So I wrote down a couple notes. I said, if you're not focusing in on yourself, it's really hard to tell a story. You're pretty much making stuff up at that point. Like if you're really not, you know what I mean? If you're not taking care of yourself and you're not really trying to be healthy, you're not using the products, you're seriously making stuff up because you don't have a real story to share. Does that make sense? Or is that like mean? But like, because I'm just sharing that because that's the last like 6 months, that was me. Like I wasn't doing that. And people like to see you fail and they'd like to see you have success and climb out of that hole. So you have to share when you fail and then you have to share when you're successful. So just a little tidbit. I just want to piggyback off what you guys said. Oh, and then another thing, you guys, I noticed top teams do this. They celebrate each other all the time. So as a team, if somebody does like a post, and I'm not even talking about Success Club points or anything, if somebody just does like a post and like tags their like people in it, other people see the love that we have for each other. So I really think as a team, we need to like be commenting on each other's posts, like make that something that we do doesn't have to be every day, at least every other day, like, so then people can see that we are so connected, like in that way. I think I see top coaches doing that constantly and it's really motivating. Like, I'm like, wow, like they're so super close. Like, you know what I mean? It's like after this team call, I'm going to do a post like, I just got on a call with my besties. You know what I mean? Like something like that. I think that's important to share with the Facebook world. Anyways, I think that's about it.
No, I totally agree with you though, but on all that stuff, but there's something about a journey. And for me, like, I feel like people like watching that kind of stuff. Like when I did my 21 days of like bed making, that was like the first time I was like, dang, that was a really good idea. I found this really cool thing. I'll put it in our group, in the files. It's like this silly, what's it called? A sticker chart. And I decided like, I really just wanted to make my bed every morning because I felt like everything, I think I heard it on Shirley Johnson. And I was like, this is going to change my life. And it literally did. I did it every single day. I made the girls do it. And I posted about it all the time. And there was something about it that people really liked. And they were like, oh my gosh, you and your bed making. And it was this thing. And then it was like, that became kind of addicting. So I was like, okay, what other habits can I change? And then it was weird how it made me start to kind of like really look inside and be like, what does need to change within me? And what can I improve? And I'd always been this person where it's like, if somebody even gave me like some constructive criticism in a very nice way, I was so snappy and like, defensive, like whatever, you know, kind of thing. And it's like, that's not how I should be taking it. It's like, I should be taking it as like, oh, sweet, some way to improve. And it's like, it finally just clicked in the last, I think this was like within the last year, that I'm like, this is like, I have so much opportunity to grow here. And I am sharing every single bit of that growth because other people want to grow too. Like people complain on Facebook all day long. Like show them that they don't have to complain. Show them that it can be better. They can do something about all that crap. You know what I mean? Like if it's at your, whatever it is, if it's your freaking bed, just get up and make it. You can do it. I swear. Get your husband involved. Be like, babe, whoever's the last person out of bed makes the bed. Boom. Get out of bed every morning and work out, and they get stuck making the bed every day. Just saying. So anyway, it doesn't matter what it is. Just find a way to make something better in your life and share it and work on you. And I remember I told corporate this on a call a while ago. I feel like it was like April or May. I go, there's some, like, I feel like I need to start focusing more on myself. And I just got this flashback when Sharon was talking right now. So focus more on myself. I'm just going to like immerse myself in personal development and that kind of stuff. And I don't even read, like I don't read ever because I sit down and I fall asleep reading, but I listen, but I don't listen even as much as I should be and as I used to, because I'm constantly like trying to do things and figure things out. And like, I'm going to like Bible studies and this kind of stuff. And I'm just like actively working at making myself better. And I feel like that's kind of my personal development right now. And I'm not going to lie, like it's working out for me, not necessarily like in my paychecks, just in life. Like I'm just happier. And even my sister said yesterday, she goes, like, I was just talking to her husband, Ryan, she's like, we feel like you're just so settled. And I told Matt this morning, I go, it's weird. Like, I feel like I'm finally getting this 3 kids thing down, like finally right now. And he's turning a year in like a month and a half, but I feel like I'm figuring life out. And then Sydney started throwing up and Tiny's crying and she's crying. And I was like, breathe, I'm cool. And I was fine all day. It wasn't like this super stressful, like, oh my God, I don't know. Like I used to be, like, I've been like that my whole life where I just stress and freak out. And I just feel like at peace. Not to say that I'm never going to have a freak out moment, because I probably will in like 10 minutes, but I'm just saying, like, there's something that's changed inside of me, and it's rad, and I love it. And I'm just really freaking happy about it. And I can't put my finger on it, but I think it's just honestly like a constant desire to grow and get better at life.
Yeah, I read a quote that said the secret to happiness is progress.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes like so much sense. I'm right with you. I feel super patient with my kids. Like in heated moments, I'm like, whatever. Like this is going to pass. I don't need to freak out. Yeah. And that just happened to me too, like in the last little while, because I slowed down my life. How you said you were like, you took yourself out of your mom groups. I actually purposely took myself out of Bible study because I was just doing too much. So I needed to slow my life down, and I needed to take more time just for me to breathe and just to actually fold laundry and to actually have clean floors in my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now I'm going back to Bible study, but I needed that break. I needed that break to catch up on me. And that's just what I love about this business, is that they really do focus in on you. But like, I think, man, like we just went like gung ho and we lost who we were.
Yeah. Well, and that goes, like, if you guys were on the call or not, we can tag you in it, but it's about the schedule. Setting business hours is seriously the best thing I ever did. Like I used to say, oh, I just work throughout the day. I fill the cracks with my business. And that
makes you crazy.
It really does. Like you're working all day. So make sure that and you'll hear a lot like, give up TV, like you go. And although I do believe like you have to work really hard at this at the beginning, don't give up stuff that you love. Like work hard when you're working. Like don't get distracted by notifications or emails or phone calls. Like if your mom calls and it's your scheduled work time, like you work, but work hard. And then when you're done, like shut it down. And it's done so much. And I can like sit and watch a show with my husband. And I did not do that for literally 2 years. Like we have 2 years of shows that we're like, yay, we get to catch up on. So just don't lose yourself. And let's stop this recording because it's been an hour. So if you guys need to go, totally, we'll hang out and chat for